Hi everyone, and welcome to one of our first merchandise reviews over here on Sonic Rex. I have, as you can see next to me, a nice box. That's what's inside it that we're actually going to review today. And it's something that you'll probably be very familiar with, especially if you've been taking any notice at all of merchandise recently on Sonic. It's Nendoroid. Sonic Nendoroid. If you don't know what a Nendoroid is, it's a small Japanese or chibi super deformed figure, almost up to about 10 centimetres in length. Sometimes that's a bit smaller, sometimes not. More often than not, they're sort of anime and video game characters, although there have been some real life ones as well. Formula 1 driver Kimi Kobayashi, for instance, was one. It was a brand that was created in 2006 by the Good Smile company in Japan, which is a fantastic name. I love Japanese companies that have names like that in English. So we're actually going to have a look at this now. It's a very rare thing actually nowadays, and that's a part of the reason I wanted to actually grab a hold of one. Unusually for a Japanese item, it really did strike a chord with people, to such an extent even SonicMerchandise.com, the now official Sonic shop, even got some in from Japan because even they could see the massive demand for it. So here it is. I'm just going to go through some of the features of it. Now, first thing you can see, do some packaging there. First thing you can see is it's actually covered in tissue paper. This may not sound like the most obvious thing to point out, but actually think about this. When it comes to the resale market and you're getting these on, I don't know, eBay, you might be getting it from the Yahoo auctions in Japan. This is the equivalent of the cardboard box that goes around First for Figures statues. Okay, so one of the things that, to see if it's really pristine, is does it have its tissue paper. This is something to remember for the future. Now unfortunately, in transit, mine's kind of been torn anyway, so so I've actually got no qualms in taking this and opening it now for you guys. So one of the reasons why this particular figure has generated such a response is that it is essentially a cross between modern Sonic and classic Sonic. In fact, a lot of people have been saying that this could potentially be the look for Sonic going forward. Obviously, the first 10 years we had classic pot-bellied Sonic. Sonic Adventure came around in end of 1998, beginning of 1999, and we had the new modern Sonic design that fed back through the entire Sonic family. And this could well be the new look. Now, I'll come a bit closer to the camera so you can see. We have the back here showing Sonic in a variety of poses, and one of the great things about this set is that it comes with just so many pieces. The figures can be mixed and matched. There's different faces, different facial expressions, different arms, different props. You can see there on my left, you've got he's holding a Chaos Emerald. At the bottom here, we've got a bubble shield. Is it a bubble shield? No, it's just general green shield. With his running pose. And we've got the checkpoint gate there. Lots of other things. So again, if I turn it around the front, you can see there we've got the item capsule there. It does have a lot of things you can put in it, a lot of variety there. They do seem to be from the Sonic 06 set of actual icons. There's a very good reason for that. And actually, speaking of, if you actually go on Sonic Rex into the official art section, you'll know why. Is that they're actually one of the sets that was made readily available, or not necessarily readily available, but that were actually kept as a full set. They're in high quality, so that's one of the reasons why those were probably used. So let's go on to open this. As I said, by the Good Smile company, as I mentioned at the bottom. The Nendoroid series. Let's have a number there. 214. So I believe this has been probably the 214th figure. You've probably seen a lot of these if you follow Sega from the Vocaloid series, Hatsumiku. There's normally about 2 or 3 figures, it seems, made every year. There's one coming in about October of 2012, which is her in an updated racing get-up. There's something to do with All-Stars Racing Transformed. Unless, of course, she's revealed to be in All-Star Racing Transformed later on, in which case it is due to All-Star Racing Transformed, and I'm just fantastically psychic. I'm trying to keep the box a bit intact, if I can. Got one of those circular tabs just protecting everything. Just get this out of the way. You don't want to take the shine off the box bit. There we go. So I purchased this personally, and it was probably one of the last ones on the open market actually, with the way things went. I purchased from Play Asia. The going rate if you're in Japan was actually, I think it was like 3,500 yen. Here we go. Oh, isn't he pretty? Right. So, again, I'm just going to move forward to the camera. You have there's a section at the back that comes away, I think. Did it come away? No, it got taped. Okay, so we've got Sonic there, General Sonic. We have a ring to hold, Chaos Emerald. There's the item box. You can just about see at the back. Turn it around again. Various hands, various gestures. So we've got the classic wagging finger, thumbs up. Or alternatively, the other pose that he seems to be doing a lot nowadays, which is like that at himself. And that does actually, believe, come apart. Solid lamppost set there. And right at the bottom, if you can see that just there. In that bit there is all the various icons, and also a stand so you can put him on. So I just love the fact that you've got the various different faces that you've got. So we've got a sort of smiley one there, quite passive face actually. The natural Sonic. He's a bit annoyed in that one. What's going on? But again, we've got arm lengths, different things. So, move the box out of the way, and keep him there. Wasn't really expecting the tape to be like this. One of those pop affairs. There we go. Hey! And there we go. There's the icon box. Now, take the lid off that. There's actually, it opens up a bit. There's actually, you can see that at the bottom. There's like a little equals sign with 2 little lines. And you essentially jam the thing in. So let's quickly put something together. So it looks actually quite heavy. A lot of the weight's this plastic off of him. A lot of the weight's in the head, and you find a lot of this in the early figures for this generation, and the head's really weighted, but it almost feels like it's got some extra weight in there. This is certainly not a hollow thing, but there he is, I'm reaching out as if he's going to strangle somebody. Zombie. But yeah, it's all hands are all different poses. I'm now going to try and remove Slick's face, which should be interesting. So he's quite happy at the moment, as you can see. But I'm now going to try and remove Slick's face. If you hear any screaming at this point, kids, don't look. Reminds me of the Vector Photoshop comic on Sonic Rex, actually, for the face removed. Face mask. Right. So on the basis he's on the basis he has eyes and face scooped out, we can just pop in a different one. All ball joints. So we've got twisting movement. There he is. Twisting movement in neck, which all pivots and comes off. You'll see a lot of people messing about with Nendoroids. Nendo's actually Japanese for clay, incidentally, so there's a minor fact for you. But you'll see a lot of different heads on different bodies and different people on people's Facebook pages, etc. If you've got any friends who collect these. So we have Sonic. I want to reconnect his head actually. There we go. There we got Sonic. So we can do different things, but I'm going to give him a Chaos Emerald. A Chaos Emerald, and let's have a little look. See, again, there's various action. There's action things for the stands to help you get the right pose that you want. But here's all the actual item box one. So we've got 20 rings, a green shield, invincibility, extra life, which is curiously is the classic extra life symbol, which obviously isn't from Sonic 06, that's interesting. And also, oops, speed shoes. And there we have it. Slick Nendoroid. Cute little fella, isn't he? So, where does that leave us with the future, specifically the price? Because come on, a lot of you are buying this for future resale value. As I mentioned, if it's right at the beginning, if it's got the tissue paper around the box, that's a fantastic sign that you've actually got a really good quality product. And if you've got one with tissue paper around it, whilst it may be annoying to see it perfectly, consider it acting as like a dust jacket and actually protecting it from the sun somewhat. Additionally, it's a great sign it's not been touched, and it could be the sort of thing that could add, not much, maybe like 5% onto the price, I guess, for resale on eBay, etc. But if they're going for the prices they're going at the moment, and the current markup is relatively high, what does that mean for you now in terms of protecting this little fella? Should you think about insuring it? It's a big question, isn't it, for a piece of merchandise? Really, you should insure all your merchandise as part of your housing cover, house and contents cover, if you do indeed have insurance. But specifically this little fella, build quality is really good. You paid enough money for it, I guess, and these guys know what they're doing. This is the 214th for the Good Smile Company. So, do you actually need this insured? How would this fare in the real world is what I'm saying. Well, don't despair, because Sonic Rex is here to test those out for you. We're going to test the 3 principles of insurance cover: fire, flood and impact damage.